everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on today's video. Getting a late start like usual Saturday morning late start. I was supposed to be out of the house like a half hour ago. It's all good though. We're gonna get this day started. We got a plan today. Okay, now the side bys are all welded up, ready to go. The only thing I gotta do is get I'm gonna get an angle cut on the top. I'm not gonna do like a 45-degree angle. Something a little shallower than that, just because I like that look better. I don't have anything to do with. I don't have anything. I thought about making a jig and like trying to make a jig, stuff like that, and seeing if I could do it with a sawzall and all that kind of stuff. But I don't trust myself to do that. So I'm gonna take it to my local steel yard, and hopefully their horizontal bandsaw is big enough to cut it. Overall, it's right about 12.5. Well, with it sitting level, it's gonna be in the neighborhood of 13 inches. So, being that tall, I don't know how high their bandsaw opens up. So, if I can't find a bandsaw to cut it at an angle, then I'm just gonna have to, if their bandsaw won't cut it at an angle, I'm just gonna have to flat cut it and call it good for now until I can figure something else out. Then we also have to stop at the store and get a new grinder. So last night I cut a little bit off the tubes, above where I wanted them to be, with my grinder and the cutoff wheel, just to make them a little easier to move around. And it knocked a lot of weight off of them, a surprising amount of weight. I just cut it with a cutoff wheel on my grinder, and the one chunk was about a foot or so long that I cut off of it. And when it fell, it landed on the cord of my frickin' grinder and cut it, and my grinder quit working. Kidding me? I've had that grind. I bought that grinder for it was on sale at Harbor Freight. It was like 10 bucks. Seriously, like 10 bucks. And it came with a stack of it was like 6 cutoff wheels and 3 of those big, thick, fat, material moving grinder wheels. And that packed, if you go down and buy them right now, that pack's like 11 bucks. And I got the whole freaking shebang for $10, and it's lasted me for literally 6 years. I've had that grinder, no problem. And I've had it so hot that you couldn't touch it, like without a glove. And it just kept working. I left it outside in the rain. You could see rust inside of it, kept working forever. Then I make one stupid little mistake. Piece of tubing round tubing of all things, falls on the cord, right on the edge of it, cuts it. It was a sad thing for me. Down at the steel yard, got ourselves an angle cut. I was worried that the saw wasn't going to be big enough, but it's more than big enough. Got everything loaded down. Now we got to head out, get ourselves a new angle grinder, because I broke mine, like I told you. I bought a drill driver set here a while back, Craftsman, the 18.7 volts or whatever it is. I'm really considering seeing if I don't know if they make a grinder or not. I'm gonna go see if I can find one. I would like to have a battery powered grinder, just because I don't have a whole bunch of outlets in my garage. I only have 2. So if I, eliminate things that need outlets as much as possible, I think I'll be in better shape. So we're gonna go see if we can find a grinder that takes the same batteries that I already have. So here's where we ended up. I was at Lowe's. They had this Craftsman 4.5 inch angle grinder. And it was only 20 bucks. Like, you know what? I'm here, save me some time driving all the way across town to go to Harbor Freight. We'll just get this one. So hopefully this one lasts as long as the last one did. So what happened? Freaking chunk of tube. This big mamma jamma fell right there at an angle on the floor. Just, wow! Cut it square in half. So I know the next thing that everybody's gonna ask about is cutting a big hole in the bed of your pickup. Now, I can see, you know, how that seems like a problem to some people. But honestly, if you do it right, it's not that big of a deal. If you do it wrong, maybe, yeah, it's a big deal. And you have a giant hole in the bed of your pickup for, you know, forevermore. But you do it right, it's not that big of a deal, and you can fix it. Now this truck had a stack in it before. See this square right here, where this goopy gross weld is. That panel, that piece, has already been cut out once before. Now I'm not gonna cut that whole thing back out because I don't need that much space. What I'm gonna do is cut just inside that, and the piece that I cut out, I'm gonna keep. I'll hang it up on the wall or whatever out of the way, but I'm gonna keep it so that if I do decide I don't want to stack, I can put that piece of plate back in there, weld it back in, like it never happened. So we're gonna cut this out here, take a look around, see what we got to do for the tube to get it back up where we need it to be. We'll go from there. So as you can see, pickup beds aren't made out of the thickest material ever. So what we'll do, just keep that piece, and if I decide I don't want this, or I don't like the stack, whatever it may be, I can just tack it right back in, grind it all up, make it look nice, paint over it. No big deal. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like stacks for this reason or that reason or whatever. I'll make a video shortly on what I do and don't like about it. So, but for now, it's going in because I like the way it looks. There she is, all mocked up. Jump out of the bed here. Not bolted down or anything, but decent space between the window and whatnot. Pretty straight. I like it. I don't know how far over the hood, the cab is it? I can't see. Huh. That is a pretty heavy angle. I didn't think it was going to be that much, but good enough for me. But all mocked up, ready to go. I like it. I like it. I like it. So now, pull it out, paint it. No. Now we're gonna get under the truck and look at the exhaust, see what I gotta do with the actual tube to get the tube up to the stack. This might come as a shock to some people, but this is 100% the first time I've ever laid down under this truck. Never been under here before, look around, because I never had a reason to. So over the axle and everything, it's like a 3-inch. Then it goes to this, which I think is like a 3.5. I'm not sure what this is. But then it goes to whatever this is. And then it goes to another point up there. Another hanger and all that stuff. That's whatever. But it looks like the downpipe is only like a 2.5 inch. So I really need to get like a whole new exhaust, because 2.5 inch downpipe. I need to look up what stock was. I think I need to do that. But I was worried. You see up there where the stack comes down, I was worried that this wasn't gonna angle enough, but it actually looks like I'm gonna be, like it wasn't, I was worried that it was gonna drop down too far. But I actually think now looking at it, it's gonna be just about perfect. All right, so it's not finished yet, but I have it in there enough that I think I can at least do a startup with it and end this video. Alright y'all, there it is. Not finished yet, it's got to bolt it, I got to paint it, bolt it down, finish weld on the bottom, stuff like that. But I think we're gonna end the video here so it doesn't get too stupid long. I'm super happy with it. Let me know in the comments below what you think, how'd I do. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're here for the first time, hit that subscribe button. See y'all in the next one.